Hello everybody, it's Max McAllister from Traction Dynamics. Today we are going to have probably our most spectacular and far-reaching and impactful video we've ever done. This is going to be a high-level oil shootout. So there's, for years debates rage on which oil is best to put in your motorcycle. Probably the most debated topic, on motorcycles anywhere. And I think friendships have been lost over it, divorces, who knows, businesses lost, brothers yet in combat. So I wanted to do my part to help ease the tension over the oil wars and do some real research and really compare the oils and present our findings to you. So at tremendous expense, we had an oil lab, and I hired an expert, and we've got things set up here. So come on in and we'll kind of show you what we did and our, the results. So this is our, an area, our lab where we set up. So we started doing some analysis. Some of the machinery's secret, so we couldn't leave it all, out because of the top secret nature. But what we are going to share with you is the results we found. And but I'm no oil expert, so I had to bring one in. And so as a part of that, I wanted to introduce our expert, Max Lubener. All right, so well, first of all, my name is Dr. Max Lubener. I didn't spend 4 years in public high school and 35 years listening to motorcycle owners fight over oil for you not to call me doctor. So from now on, don't forget, I'm Dr. Max. All right. Now, what we tested is a broad range and full scope of types of oils to bring to the motorcycle owners. Now, everything from super low-tech, inexpensive oils at Walmart to high-performance racing oils, standard in synthetic and non-synthetic blends, heavy-duty oils, and then popular high-end automobile oils. And we took all the testing and all the results and put it all together. Now, what we've found is being presented here by these shocking graphs. You probably want to bring the camera in closer here so you can see this more clearly. Now, so these are the results of our shootout. And now, as you can see, the graphs of all the oils, so some made more power and some got more improved fuel economy over other oils, competing oils. So now, here's what we learned. That also there is, a marketing component to these graphs, right? And so what we wanted to talk about is how these results were obtained. Now, some of the things first we wanted to look at was in the oils, what could you actually see that was different? Because you as a consumer don't know. So, when you buy an oil like this, Royal Purple, it comes out and, clearly that's purple. So we know that there's, something going on in there, on a spectral level through the rainbow analysis that is probably different than the other oils. So we also, going with the modern trends of people wanting to be more natural and chemical free, we wanted to test non-synthetic oils. So this Honda oil is, you can kind of see how clear and clean it looks. And if you use, like high-tech or doctor, spectrometer, Kleisers, when you look down in the oil, it's obvious that they've removed all of the gluten and it's non-GMO. And in the higher end oils, there's not even any MSG in it anymore. So some people, the granola types, may prefer those oils. So now, going on to the actual analysis and what we learned. The shocking thing was when we talked to the owners and we learned from the test results that the more the owner lies about his motorcycle and his oil, the more power he's able to produce, right? And through the test. Now, the other thing we found that was also shocking was as the bullshit level increased, there was a significant improvement in the fuel economy, particularly amongst Honda Goldwing riders. As their bullshit goes up, their fuel mileage goes right to the moon, okay? Now, past that, you know, each of these oils is presented in a different way. Now, there's packaging, there's science. If you read the label, it's very confusing. But what we did learn was there was, again, a direct correlation between the marketing presented by the manufacturer and the price of the oil. Conversely, we used a formula. It's E equals McAllister cubed, right? That's a new formula. And using that formula, we found another shocking thing, that as the price of the oil increased, okay, there was a dramatic placebo effect that made owners believe that their bike gained more power and got better fuel economy. Now, these things were all shocking to us, but here's the important thing. We know each one of you believes that the oil you put in your bike is the best, and that it does give you the most power and the best fuel economy. And so, you know, that's what the real debate's about. But the good news is your oil was actually the best. It made the most power. And also, your oil had the best miles per gallon. And so, this is great news. So you can forever, never ever, ever have to have this debate with anyone ever again, because you were right. Yours is the best. I mean, I know that feels really good right now. So, I was shocked by the results, but I'm happy, and I'm hoping that you're happy too. But further unbelievable, incredible revelations happened. We were done with testing all the oils, and when the results were in, and of course you were right, and shockingly, we were taking the waste oil away to the recycling, and what happened was Jacob was he poured all the oil into large gallon jugs for us to carry it away to the recyclers. Well, I didn't know that, and I was going to change the oil in my Honda Goldwing. And so, but what happened was I picked up one of those gallons of oil, and it was just mixed up oil. It was mixed of all the oils, and I didn't know it. I poured it in our bike, and the most unbelievable thing happened. My bike made 75% more horsepower, and the fuel economy quadrupled. It's up here. I think my Goldwing was getting somewhere around 183 miles per gallon, and it made, I think, 287 horsepower at the rear wheel using the blend of all of the correct oils. Now, so what we did was, that was an accident. So we worked on perfecting the formula. And that's what we have here in this gallon jug. Now, of course, any oil that could give you 75% more horsepower, or if not double your horsepower, and give you 5 times the fuel economy would be worth a lot of money. And I could become very rich with this formula, but I decided that I was going to share it with the world. Now, notably missing from this test is AMSOIL. Now, we didn't include AMSOIL in this test because of the volatility. Now, not that the oil is volatile. AMSOIL works fine in your motorcycle, but it's the volatility of the people who sell it to you, the people who push it, who use it, they're like left-wing extremist oil Nazis. So let's see a typical conversation between 2 motorcycle owners. Hey man, I'm gonna change my oil in my bike today. You're gonna use AMSOIL, aren't you? What's AMSOIL? What? What's AMSOIL? Yeah, what is it, man? I use Mobil 1. Mobil 1? Oh my God! You can't use that. It's no good. AMSOIL's so much better. Well, I've been using Mobil 1 in my Goldwings since 1975. I've driven 2.5 million miles, and I've never had a problem with my engine. Yeah, but that doesn't matter. That's not really very much evidence that it's okay. You got to use AMSOIL. Well, I'm not going to. You have to use AMSOIL. If you don't, your bike is going to catch fire. Ah! Okay, so that's why AMSOIL is not included in the test today. So, but what we did do, and Evil approved, or Evil Knievel approved, was we got to our own blending equipment here and started working on a formulation that we found would really be good for people. So now, some people like to save money and they like to brag about that, okay? And so those are the people that go to Walmart, buy just the cheapest oil they can find, okay? So now for those, we found what we wanted to do is, when we found out that these blends were going to help, is make sure that everyone was going to be able to talk. So you're going to use equal parts, use the markings right on the blender to blend this up in equal parts. Now, some people want to use the high-end synthetic oils that originally were running for any four-stroke engine, but aimed at cars. But they've started using them in motorcycles, and everybody likes that. So we're going to put in some of the high-end synthetic there. Now, say you ride a touring bike, a two-up Harley, and you and your wife, aren't as slender as you used to be, and maybe you tow a trailer. So some of this 18-wheeler oil will give your engine extra towing power, and it'll be able to hold up the 2 tons of fun that are riding off to the Dairy Queen. Okay, so now for the hippies, we use the all-natural, non-synthetic, chemical-free, non-GMO, non-gluten-free oil from Honda. Now, for those of you who like to, do some twisties, we recommend always including some racing oil in your blend, in the formulation. And so we use this stuff from Honda there, the Honda HB4 racing oil. The Royal Purple, I just think it's pretty. So I put some of that in there to make it pretty, okay? I like the purple color, it's nice. Now, for people that have been gone on towards the Honda DCT automatic transmission bikes, see, that's just a scam. That bike is thousands of dollars more than a bike with a 6-speed transmission. What Honda doesn't want you to know is all you have to do is add some automatic transmission fluid into your formulation. And this one is called Max Life. And, because I'm Dr. Max Lubener, I found this, and it really does seem to give extra life to my transmission, I found. And then, just to not leave transmission fluids out of the blend, this is Castrol Transmax, also, formulated. There's a lot I do on the side. This is CVT, so it gives you a constantly variable transmission. And so when you put this in your 6-speed, it will kind of randomly shift, whenever it wants to. I don't really understand why it does that, but yeah, I have found that it's kind of automatic the way it works after that. Now, if you have the dumbass friend who just can't keep his bike on the road, who's always trying to be the fast guy and he's always running off the road, this Super Tech lawnmower oil, if you add some of that, it'll protect the bottom side of the engine when you're running through people's front yards and running over their cat. And then, importantly, this is an important note. So this oil is from Mobil 1 is for domestic USA North American use, okay? Now, if you live in Europe, they have this European car formula that is really important. So if you're in Europe, you want to make sure you use the European formula, because otherwise your bike will run, it'll run like an American bike, and who knows what will happen. And then in between changes for people who like to keep their cases clean, Honda polish, don't forget that. Spray liberally across the top until you see a nice coating of foam form. And this will keep the inside of the engine cases particularly clean, so that when you go to flush it, it will just polish right out. So now you just hit this thing and like this. Now we tested different times and different speeds, but since it kind of resembles a smoothie, we found smoothie was really good. Smoothie worked best, so hit that up with smoothie. We like to do 4 times for 4-stroke engines. And one more for the for the 4th stroke. Okay, so now that you have this, you're good to go. You're going to take this out and pour it into your motorcycle, and basically just, you better hang on. I wouldn't take your wife out at first, because if she's never ridden on a bike with 287 horsepower, you know, you might just throw her right off the back. So this is our formula. We're happy to share it with the world, and we hope that that our green fuel economy improvement we've made to Earth will change motorcycling and history forever. Don't forget that this is brought to you by Traction Dynamics and, you know, Max McAllister. Max, you're a great guy. We appreciate you doing this and putting the money behind all this to really end the oil debate forever with motorcyclists. So this is over. Don't forget, if you want to find Max at his company, it's www.traction.com. And he's Max McAllister on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe to his channel. And don't forget to share this video with your friends, because they're going to need to know about the ultimate oil shootout. Thanks a lot. I'm Dr. Max Lubener saying goodbye.